Hey beauties, welcome back to another video. So I rarely ever show myself drawing on my iPad because I'm gonna be honest, sometimes I just get lazy. I didn't want to have to fidget with my tripod and I just am done trying to stress about having the perfect setting to then film myself creating a beautiful artwork. But then is now and I want to show you all this part of me. So I'm getting my inspiration for this drawing today from a really pretty picture that I found. So if you want to see what I'm drawing, you'll have to wait to the end to see how it comes out. So as you can see, I'm sketching just like how I'd sketch on paper for the most part. The pros to this, I'd say number one is that there's no more charcoal stains on the edge of my hand anymore. Number two, I can zoom in and out whenever I need to. And number three, I can select a part of my sketch and remove it somewhere else if needed. And number four, I don't need good lighting to draw because the screen projects the light. So late night drives to sketch are perfect, although I do tend to have to need to protect my eyes, so bright light at night isn't always the best for me. It actually kind of hurts my eyes. But besides that, I would say that the cons of drawing on an iPad would just simply be that it's a screen. So, you can't feel the texture of the paper or the pencil or physically shade it in with your finger and your hand. I would say that's a con, but that's really the only downside, honestly. And whenever I do crave the feeling of paper and pencil and charcoal and paint and pastels, then I will go ahead and get those out. So it's not really a lose lose, it's more of a win win. I get a lot of questions about how I create my art and what I do, how I create it, how did I learn to do it, and I have one answer to that: by jumping. I jumped into getting my graphic design degree without even knowing really what graphic design was, and I'm not joking. I then jumped into my true interest, which was and still is illustration. This is where my true passion lies, and even though I love creating other graphic works like logos, books, flyers, you name it, I always enjoy illustrating the most. I had this niche years ago when I was just super obsessed with drawing colored women with their natural hair out or with beautiful head wrap styles, but to be honest, that wasn't all that I did and it wasn't all that I was. I do so much more, and for the longest time, I was afraid to switch up because by that time, I felt like I had already created my identity. This is what people knew me for: drawing women with big lips and unique noses with coily, kinky hair. It's mostly what I showed, but I did so much more. And I'm very happy to share and show that side of me now. Sometimes, as a graphic designer, I use reference photos and I'll freehand a drawing like how I'm doing now. But sometimes, for work, I might have to use a reference photo to trace a base outline, and then I'll add my own flair and details to it afterwards. And then, even sometimes, I might just trace the entire reference photo so I can spend my time actually developing my painting and shading techniques in the image itself. All of these things are considered art. And being that there are many misconceptions about graphic art and what it is, I figured the need to share it. Besides, you can try your hardest, but even if you wanted to copy someone else's art style, it wouldn't work because everyone has their own style and you need to stay true to that. No excuses. But believe you me, this doesn't just go for artists, but it goes for everyone. If there's something you want to learn and advance in, then observe, watch, learn, and educate yourself to grow in that field or skill. You got this. Just jump. Literally, just jump. Don't overthink it like how I always do. Trust me. Learn from my mistakes, okay? Don't do it on your own. Don't wait for the perfect time to show up because the perfect time is always the time you decide to jump. That's the perfect time. So throw away the doubt, burn those fears, and make that big jump.